Yo, what's going on, people? It's your boy Huncho, back at you again with another video. Now, if you haven't been living under a rock and you've been staying at home like you should have been, then you'll know that a quarter of the world's population, that being around 3 billion people, are currently on lockdown due to the coronavirus outbreak. Recently, we covered a story in Isle of Man, and I will leave that video link down in the description, where a man had been arrested for breaking self-isolation laws, as the Isle of Man acted quicker than mainland UK in enforcing these stricter rules for leaving the house. And we've seen that over the past week or so, that in mainland UK, they have now enforced tighter laws, which means leaving the house could result in fines. And in my opinion, I feel like these laws are going to get a lot tighter because people just seem like they're not really taking this issue too seriously. I don't understand why. I mean, do people not watch the news or YouTube videos? The world is literally going through a crisis right now, and people are cramming up on the underground and they're still meeting each other out in public when the government has literally said that they'll pay people to stay at home. Now, with all this being said, today people are saying that the UK is heading into some kind of dystopian future, and they're saying it feels like it's an episode of Black Mirror. So this all started yesterday when Derbyshire Police had tweeted out, "What a lovely day. The perfect day to drive up into the Peak District for a walk, bike ride, climb, or horse ride, isn't it?" No, actually it isn't. And for you guys that don't know where the Peak District is, it's a national park up near Derby, Leicester and Nottingham way. They then went on to tweet, "We're seeing a lot of confusion over whether people are allowed to travel up to the peaks to undertake daily exercise while the government are asking us to stay at home. While we have this fantastic space in our country, right now is not the time to be using it." And to clear that up for you guys that don't know what's going on, Boris Johnson did announce the other day, when those tighter rules had come in, that you was allowed to go out once a day to exercise. They then went on to say daily exercise should be taken locally to your home. Under government guidance, all travel is limited to essential travel only. This is to help ensure that our emergency services aren't put under even more pressure during this time. Should you trip, fall, or have a road traffic accident while you're travelling to or out of the peaks, then this will add additional pressure to an already stretched service. So how did we go from Derbyshire Police tweeting out about social distancing to today people claiming that the UK is heading to some kind of dystopian future and that the UK is currently an episode of Black Mirror? Now, Black Mirror is one of my favourite TV shows. It's out on Netflix. I definitely recommend that you should go and watch it if you've never seen it before. But for you guys that haven't seen it before, it's basically a series where each individual episode is a separate story and it follows technology in the future where it could potentially be real, and it's very realistic, like you could see that technology actually coming true. So with that being said, today Derbyshire Police tweeted out this video. The video got that big that even Derbyshire Police had started to trend on Twitter. Then after the video, they would go on to explain cars were parked in both the car park and on up the hill to it. A bags of stones that was at the entrance as a roadblock had been pulled to the side to allow cars to enter. Plenty of people were walking, many of which had parked up in cars before heading out for their walk. Some number plates were coming back to keepers in Sheffield, so we know that people are travelling to visit these areas. Daily exercise should be taken locally to your home. Under government guidance, all travel is limited to essential travel only. Travelling to remote areas of the Peak District for your exercise is not essential travel. Please stay home, save lives. They would also go on to tweet other things, but basically the message was to stay at home and stop coming to the Peak District for your daily exercise. Now, the reason that Derbyshire Police were trending on Twitter is because people were saying the UK's turning into a police state, we've got all this suppression, why are they taking it too far, why are they naming and shaming people online? And I will have to agree, naming and shaming people online I do think is a little step too far, because it is in the countryside. And by the way, when I say naming and shaming, I don't actually mean they were saying people's names online or anything like that, but they were just saying that putting people's faces up, there wasn't any need for it. And they were saying it's not like they're in a city or an urban area where it's densely packed, it's just out in the countryside. Now, I do feel like the laws should be enforced because it is saving people's lives and the police officers out there are actually saving people's lives. But I feel like if you're going to use drones, I feel like they need to do it in the city more rather than doing it out in the countryside. And I feel like people really need to understand the seriousness of the coronavirus, because I don't think it's actually sinking in how deadly this coronavirus is. And I just don't understand why people are not getting it. Stay at home and save people's lives. We have got a crisis going on right now. I don't understand why people can't just stay at home. Now, I must say, it does feel like we're in an episode of Black Mirror, and I don't really know how to feel about that. With this whole coronavirus thing going on, and people getting arrested for leaving their house, and people saying it's a police state with the drone technology and stuff like that. And I don't really know how to feel about it, because if you've watched Black Mirror before, you'll know that the majority of the time it ends badly. But TV shows aside and back to reality a sec, I just want to say the quicker we can get over this, the quicker we can go back to our normal lives. So please do what you can to try and stay in your house and avoid going outside unless you need to. But yeah, guys, I want to know your thoughts on this. Do you think that the police are enforcing it a bit too much because it's out in the countryside? Do you think that the drones need to be implemented into cities? And what do you guys think of this whole coronavirus situation and people not really taking it too seriously? I want to know your thoughts in the comment section below. Give the video a little like, and if you want the latest drill, street and music news out of the UK, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. It's been your boy Huncho, and I'm out.